Welcome to Upshift. In business world, risk management is imperative for the long-term sustainability of a business. There are so many risk management frameworks are established for the organization to evaluate the risks as well as opportunities for the success of the business. Having said that, today I'm going to talk about a very specific type of disclosures that organizations used to do. We call it as TCFD, or Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures. You heard correct. It is about financial disclosures related to climate risk and the opportunities. According to World Economic Forum, it has been identified climate-related risk going to be the highest level of risk that businesses are going to face in next decade. Because of that, many organizations have identified the importance of understanding risks associated with climate change for your business. There are different types of risks associated with the business. For example, if we run as it is, there will be a lot of challenges in terms of physical risk. For example, impact of the flood, in terms of the other natural disasters, could make a significant impact to your business as well as stakeholders in your business. Having said that, with the involvement of the regulatory requirement and stakeholder need, the transition risk is also there. If you are unable to transit yourselves in terms of managing the climate risk, again you will be in trouble. All these things are on table. Because of that, business point of view, it is very important for you to understand what are the climate related risks and opportunities in your business and disclose it to your stakeholders. Let me share the importance of climate related disclosures for the stakeholders. First and foremost, your investors. Investors would like to know what are the risks and opportunities that you have identified in your business related to climate change for the next few years. It can be short term, medium term, or even long term. The second, all your stakeholders would like to see the transparency in your business. They would like to see a real picture of your business. If you are going to follow this kind of a disclosure mechanism, that helps your stakeholder to understand what exact situation of your business with the risks as well as opportunities that you are going to pursue in your business. Number 3, effective risk management. For the long-term stability of your business, risk management plays a vital role. If you have identified right risks as well as opportunities related to climate change, it provides a framework for your stakeholder to understand how effectively that you have implemented risk management measures in your business. Not only that, but also there are so many other requirements also could be fulfilled because of these kind of disclosures. For example, confidence in your stakeholders also enhanced because of that you are transparent as an organization. Having said that, this can be a competitive advantage for you in your business to differentiate yourself with respect to your competitors. With all these things, let me share how an organization can come up with right approach to build your capability in terms of meeting the requirement of TCFD. TCFD required 4-pillar approach. There are 4 pillars that we need to fulfill. First, we call you need to have a governance framework. In a business, climate-related risks and opportunities to be managed through a proper governance framework. For example, there is a video that we have done in the past about governance in ESG strategy execution. Similar to that, for the climate-related risks and opportunities also, you need to have a robust governance framework is established in your business. You have to have executive committee or board in your organization who is aware of what are the climate-related risks and opportunities in your business, what are the priorities for you that. To execute or manage it effectively, you need to have a risk committee with the comprise of some members of your executive committee and to report all these related risks as well as opportunities and the progress that you have made to the business. In addition, you need to have a proper flow from executive committee to risk committee to SPU level, how your structure is supporting to manage overall risks and opportunities related to climate risk. If you have all these things established well in the organization, that means you have the first pillar, the governance required for TCFD. Number 2, not only to have a governance structure, you need to have a proper strategy in place. Strategy of managing climate risks and opportunities. To do that, you need to understand what are the risks and opportunities coming under different scenarios. For example, let's assume that world is not going to focus on climate change. As a result of that, we may follow the 4 degrees Celsius path. That will create a situation that organization to manage certain physical risks. For example, the flooding and other natural disasters are coming as a risk in terms of financial aspect for your business for short term, medium term, and long term. You need to anticipate and evaluate and come up with the right strategy to mitigate that. Or else, let's say your world is moving towards 1.5 degree path, so that you will have to manage certain regulatory requirements. In that context, again, you will have to understand what are the transitional risks associated with those regulatory requirements. In that context, again, you will have to understand what are the strategies to establish in your business to manage all these regulatory requirements, as well as to minimize the transitional risk associated with. Therefore, establishment of proper climate action or the climate strategy is important for your business. Number 3, even though you have set the right strategy or the governance framework is established, it is not enough for your business. You need to know, you need to have effective risk management process. Risk management includes how you are going to address those risks identified through your strategy, how you are going to evaluate it, how you constantly look at whether your risk management is effective. You will have to look at entire your value chain of your business and take certain actions accordingly. Not only that, but also you need to ensure that your risk management is effective with respect to your competitors in the market as well. What your consumers are demanding for also you need to look into. Having considered all these things, the robust risk management framework is required in TCFD framework. Number 4 is about, once you set all these things, you need to define clear metrics and KPIs. If you haven't set KPIs, you cannot measure how effective that you are driving your strategy, how effective that you are managing risks and opportunities that you identify related to climate change or the climate related risks and opportunities. Therefore, when you are going to make financial disclosures related to climate change, you need to understand, yes, these are the metrics that I have defined in my business. Certain metrics are related to finance related metrics, certain with respect to actual greenhouse gas impact of your business as well. Whatever the indicator or the metrics that you define, it is important for you to ensure that those things are tracked properly. If you follow all these 4 steps, we say that you have established a robust TCFD framework. If I summarize those 4 steps, first and foremost, we need to have a governance structure is established. Number 2, you need to have right strategy in business to manage climate related risks and opportunities. Number 3, how effective your risk management framework is. Number 4 is whether you have developed right metrics and to which extent that you are going to track those metrics are effectively manage the risk identified as well as execute the strategy that you set. Having said that, now you may be wondering, you understand those 4 steps, how an organization practically implement TCFD in your business. To do that, there are few steps to be followed. There's a 6 steps model that you need to follow. I will share that in my next video. Stay tuned.